It's been great today because the speakers so far, you have been talking about topics that I have in my slides. So I finished them 2 days ago and I was like, maybe I'm losing something here, or maybe I need to add something there. But all of you, the speakers so far, have been touching some points of what I'm going to show today. By the way, have you heard about this concept of augmented leader? Anyone? Okay. Yeah. So it's not about getting fatter, which is what I'm doing now. Yeah. But it refers to the necessity to evolve in order to, as a leader, in order to integrate a new team member, which is a game changer, which is the artificial intelligence. And we need to integrate it into our workflows. My objective today is to share my view and what an SRE leader, or a leader in general, needs to take into account in order for that to happen. Hello, doesn't work. This is, now, I'm Oscar Manzano. I'm working at Roche Diagnostics, Spain. I'm a section lead, like a line manager, hiring manager, whatever manager you can think of. Yeah, I have all these titles. My profile, my background is software engineering. I used to be a DevOps engineer, practitioner, and evangelist. I'm also there myself. I enjoy so much the DevOps space that I dare myself to create a master program for University of Barcelona. I was director of it as well. Now I'm a people leader. Okay. Yeah. In my free time, let's say, I realized that I like the two wheels. So I like cycling very much. I like riding my motorbike as well, and also enjoying my life with my family. Sorry. With my little one. Is anyone in love with riding, cycling? Any Portuguese one? Almeida. Sorry, guys. But this guy, you know this guy, right? Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah, I like it very much. All right. So I promised only one slide for Roche. The rest is all my thinking, but I think it's important. So has anyone heard about Roche? Okay, it's yeah, you as well, of course. I have two team members over here. The one that did, yeah, no, I need to pay some coffees there. Okay, so we are divided in two big divisions. So we have Roche Diagnostics, which we develop our own instruments, so hardware and software, to help detect diseases. Okay, so we help the practitioners to go and the human practitioners to diagnose diseases. On the other side, on the pharma side, so we develop treatments to help people with diseases to get better. So for patients to get a better life. Sometimes we're able to cure it, the disease. Sometimes we just help. Okay. As you can see here, we are touching many important diseases. From we can detect, diagnose the neuroscience problems, hematology, rheumatology, respiratory problems. On the pharma side, we go with ophthalmology, respiratory disorders, cancer as well. Not sure if you remember the COVID times. Yeah. So those machines were like 24/7 PCRs. We were those guys taking the PCR thingy. Okay. Let's start with the challenges. Those challenges, I came up with them. So there is no official list of challenges that you're going to face when you start introducing those, let's call it AI or AI agents or whatever you want to call it. But at some point you will face some of this, if not ready. So you may face like delegation problems, what to delegate, how to delegate, the trust in those agents. How much do you trust on those? Accountability. That's a topic that I'm going to be talking later as well. Also delegation. AI comes with no accountability. I'm sorry, guys. You cannot ask them to provide a proper answer. All right. It's a human thingy. Also skills. You need to get ready as a leader and also your team. So you need to upskill yourself and you need to get your team ready for the challenges ahead. One of the challenges is skills. And the data. All right. We all know that we need to provide data for the training of the AI. How good is the data will affect directly how good is your AI. Okay, so data will be also an emerging challenge if it is not already a challenge. How to provide this data for your agents. But there are more. Resistance to change. Your team not willing to delegate, for example, that can happen. Ethics and bias. Yeah, you may have an AI agent wanting to escalate everything and then eating the budget of everyone. Ethically, okay, there are some problems here. Over reliance. Yeah, let's keep AI doing everything. Then there's no human intervention in any step, and that could be also a problem. Let's move on. As a humans, we have a strength. The same that AI has a strength as well. So we don't need to compete. We are good in, for example, intuition, something that AI cannot provide. Intuition is a human thing. Context awareness, where I've seen some, like in some slides, I'm sorry, I can't remember which one. I think it was the first one. All the AI getting connected to all the services, which is great, but maybe it's not going to happen or not happen at all, or not for all of the services that needs to be aware of. So context-wise, humans know because we are connected. Email, tools, Slack messages, whatever other input, even going to the table next to you, and is the guy deploying an application. Is not even communicated, but you know that there is a deployment happening, and maybe alerts are going to come up. You have this context. The AI is not aware of that yet. Engineering rigor. We cannot ask for engineering rigor to AI yet. We are onto this, but not yet. We have seen so many hallucinations, so many crazy recommendations. Yeah, I was playing a bit also with pilots and all these kind of things, and some recommendations are really literally out of sense. But also stakeholder management. Okay, the human side, communication. I think we are better than the AI. So why moving this into the AI? We can keep this stuff. But some gaps as a humans, we may, okay, don't get me, I'm not saying that you have these gaps, but may happen that some knowledge and skills to get ready to deal with this new team member. The criticality of building the augmented teams, maybe we don't know exactly how to make it. Because yes, we know that we need to integrate this AI agent or multiple agents, but the strategy, how to make it happen, is not that easy. How to, and this is the next item, AI human collaboration. Of course, how to collaborate with them. What is the process? Is that a specific workflow? Also the feedback loop, how to make it happen from the AI to the human and from the human to the AI. We need to train, we need to take care of the data, the new data that is generated. The human needs to review that and make it clear. That can be reused, and it's a training material for the AI. The strategic vision, yeah, I have an example here. For example, we have an agent that is so quick and so good that can fix issues in literally minutes, fully automatic. We have, I mean, your can do it. Yeah, then it's not awesome. I'm not against that. Don't get me wrong. But maybe after 10 minutes, the same issue is happening again. And again, in less than 10 minutes, it's fixed. And in 20 minutes, the same issue is happening again. And again, it's so effective. But we are not solving the root cause because there's something else that is beyond that. So AI works really well for atomic things, but it's not thinking probably more than that. So the strategic vision means that we need to take care of not the atomic thing, but the whole, as a whole. And this is coming from the human side to define the strategy behind the application of the AI in our systems. Now, trust. By default, I'm not sure if you trust the AI by default. I'm not, I'm sorry. I like to interact with it. I want to understand what the AI is doing and proactively promoting more actions. But by default, I think trust is something that there is a gap here in between humans and AI. And also assuming the AI accountability and assuming it's going for both. So you may want to assume accountability from the AI, which is wrong. And also you need to assume the accountability from the AI actions. So humans are accountable. I need to drink. I came up with these 3 boxes. I wanted to represent somehow responsibilities from the human and from the AI. So as a leader, you may take into account also your team members. You are seen like the orchestrator of everything, of what's going on around. So you need to define words. Why? You don't want the AI to go crazy and do everything without control. You need to prepare, okay, the security. You need to define which applications is able to apply. So you need to go and say, if you are not allowed to restart services, you are not allowed to touch this application in production. You are free to go on staging, go test, and let me know how it works. But in production, worries must be something that we cannot avoid. So humans need to define where is the boundary for the AI to operate. As a leader, you own the incident process in full. You are responsible. Again, it's accountability. You cannot let this go on the AI agent on its own. You are also responsible to improve the AI human loop. So again, it's documentation, training material for the AI and also for the humans, your team. We cannot only train the AI, we need to also train our people. Our people will be always key for success in our operations because at the end, accountability is on humans. Yeah, again, training data for AI, of course, and also mentor and upskill the team. So whatever you as a leader see that is a gap, so don't wait for the team to upskill themselves. Be proactive and let them help in growing up. And growing up, taking into account the new team member, the AI. Okay, don't train people in things that the AI is doing because we have let the AI doing it. So let's focus on something else. It could be maybe soft skills. Okay. So all of that sets the rules and the scope for the AI to operate. I see AI agents on the SRE space as a force multiplier, as a helper for our SREs or you as an SRE. So they are good alert triage and correlation. Yeah, perfect. This is something that is going to be much faster than us to do it. Okay, can analyze the information faster than us. Okay, I'm fine. The initial diagnostics and runbook execution. Yeah, for known issues. Okay, we have runbooks already. Why not allowing the AI to run runbooks? That's fine. If something that is known. The automation, the automated remediation and of known issues. Yeah, done. The proactive forecasting for failures. Yeah, we can have this agent running in the background, going and checking our systems and see, oh, I see some metrics here and there. So we can let, explore our systems to detect proactively failures before it happens. Anomaly detection, the same. Now, those last two, the transparency of actions of unactionables. I'm happy that I'm seeing examples here that the automation of runbook automation, there's a transparency. We can see what is happening. And we are eventually the ones saying yes or no. I like the idea. Okay, yeah, I trust fully. Pam, do it. That's fantastic because it's a known issue and it's under control. Don't do that if it is a high risk action. Don't do that if it is a novel or complex incident. So there's a mandatory human review for some actions coming from AI. So we want to trust, yes, but if it is something new or it's a high impact, like a critical application in production, would you trust an AI that is already trained? Yes, but it's a critical system. It's on you guys. Whatever changes happen in the AI, so new training material, new knowledge base, new sources of information, it's a mandatory review from the human side because we want the AI to be trained with data we provide, not the data they don't create. We have seen examples of AI agents or models being trained with AI data generated. And what happened is that the percentage of hallucinations go up. It's a disaster. And then the post-incident analysis, it's a human thing as well. You get all the information from the AI and the analysis of what happened humans needs to be involved. And then everything goes back into here. So this is data and feedback for the leader to go again and improve. So the feedback goes up and then it's like non-stop loop. Okay. Some key points. When trust happens is when you have seen in humans transparency. Why would you trust me? Because I've been transparent, I've been honest. Okay. That happened not today, not tomorrow, but along the time. You start knowing me, and then you trust in me. Fine. So AI, it's a new team member. By default, we don't trust. But how can we build trust? As a leader in the SRE team, we need to, let's say, enforce transparency, human actionable decisions, and we need to ask for interpretable AI decisions. All of this kind of transparency that the AI must provide will create an atmosphere in your augmented team of trust. Oh, I know if an incident happened at 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm not going to get a call because those issues are well managed by the agent. And it's awesome. But before this happens, leaders need to force this to happen, and then the team will buy it. There will be a buy-in, okay? But it's coming from the top. So leaders must enforce this on the AI level, and then the team will start trusting AI decisions. The human in the loop. I'm talking a lot about humans. How to avoid, let's say, the death by the edge. So engineering rigor without micromanaging the AI outputs. So I don't know how many tons of information that AI can generate, tons and tons. We cannot go every single step and validate what the AI is doing. At the end of the day, we need to trust to the actions and to the logic that is provided by the AI agents. But it's true that it's going to be hard because at the end, you're going to see a lot of actions that have been taken by the AI, and you don't want an engineer to be just there reading what the AI is doing because this is not productive. So how to avoid this situation? Okay, that's a challenge or a risk. Yeah, there is another important one, that is losing the situational awareness. So when we delegate everything, then you don't know anything, right? It's hard to get back into the business of knowing the context of what happened and why it's been resolved in that way. It's going to take some time. And the escalation, okay, this is AI, okay? The escalation, it's out of sync. Can happen. Okay, we have an agent working hard. It's detecting something, and it's an issue that doesn't know how to solve it. But suddenly the agent is just thinking and not doing anything, not communicating, not escalating. And you have engineers just having coffees when there is an incident. But the trust is there in the agent to solve the issues and to communicate to the stakeholders and the engineers. But the agent is thinking what to do. Then when you stop doing things, for example, we stop as a human, you stop, let's say, communicating in another language. I know if I stop speaking in English, someday I will be completely lost of communication skills. So when an engineer stop resolving issues, this skill get faded by the time, step by step. So after a year of not resolving issues, that skill get decreased. And then you need to work on upskill programs for your own engineers. Think about it. So I'm not against AI agents. It's good, but let's keep the focus on what people can bring more value. Small issues, okay, fine. Big issues, people need to be trained and upskill. Otherwise, even the big issue will be something that skill will be lost. And the accountability, I mentioned that we are all accountable. So AI is not accountable for the actions. It's going to be you leader or you engineer that it's, let's say your boss, your plus one is going to be asking you about what happened. No, it's not going to ask the agent what happened. There will be no call. Okay. I've had some items in here, how to build it. We have really good technology, really good agents, good automation, good communication as well. But at the end, we need to build the augmented team. So I think one of the steps, I've added like some steps here. We need to assess our workflows and we need to identify our pain points if you don't know yet. So how can we step forward in our quality as an SRE if we don't know the pain points that we have in our team at the moment? It's going to be difficult. So we need to identify this. Then you define the objectives. Okay, what is our pain points and what we want from the AI? Okay, what is what we want? we need to evaluate the technologies. There are amazing tools. We have seen so many tools today that can help us out. So you don't need to build everything from scratch. You don't need to go and write your own agent. Maybe there is a solution in the market already that works. So yeah, it's no brainer. But of course, for the pre-identified use cases, pain points. FinOps, yeah, there was a FinOps talk as well. Yeah, we cannot go mad. Money is not something that it's infinite. So we have budgets. We cannot go crazy. Okay, I'm going to buy this and that, and everything is going to be covered. No, think FinOps. So we need to take into account the running cost of this and also the total cost, because we need to train. If you go for your own AI agents or whatever agents, so there is some training cost for the agent and also the total cost. So your people needs to get trained, and maybe it's going to cost some money as well. So FinOps is a topic that should be like not moving left or right, it's moving everywhere, like security. Okay, we don't shift left or right, we shift everywhere. I would say the proof of concept would be an awesome start point. So we don't want to tackle everything in one go, because that's going to be so difficult to handle. So we identify the pain points. We look at the market. If there is anything that can be fit in, the cost, it's okay. I can assume that. And then you start small. And then you start building up this trust. Yeah, Roombook. Yeah, I told you, I've been checking all the points in all the previous presentation. It's been great. Yeah, FinOps, good. Develop Roombook, base automation, of course. We don't want to manually do anything as if possible. And yeah, we continue monitor and evaluate and optimize. So at the same time that we are actually evaluating our engineers, end-year performance reviews or mid-year performance reviews, why not evaluating the performance of the AI? I've seen some information happening in the previous talks. So yes, we keep doing this. Implementing the word rights and also testing them. It's not written here, but yeah, testing is also important. So we need to test that this is actually happening, that we have set the boundaries of the AI and then it is respected. So testing is also important. Yeah, upskill the team. The team is going to have a new team member and needs to understand how to interact with the AI. So the technology needs to get up to the SRE team as well, the members, the human members, so they can collaborate even further. We scale gradually. We don't go mad. We don't go for the big thing. And then from the leader point of view, you need to establish the culture. Maybe you get some resistance from some team members, but it's going to be on you to go and foster this culture of collaboration with the AI. I promise there's no more. All right. From my point of view, I think the point here is to integrate AI to empower the SREs. So we want to enhance our workflows. We want to reduce the toil, to provide faster responses, all of this without disrupting what we have. We have a team and we have solutions in place that work. It's been working so far, better or perfectly, but it's been working. Now, we integrate AI. Great, awesome. But is it disrupting what you have at the moment? Then it's not going to work. We need to think as a leader how to integrate this, okay? This is what I like. It's very simple, I know, but I want AI to be for SREs. I've seen those options for Microsoft or others like AI SRE. Okay, great. But I want that to be a helper, to be a tool for SREs. At the end, I still believe that we, as an SREs, we are important and we are like unique into the game. Okay, some takeaways. Finishing. I believe as a leader, we need to have this dual focus on human potential and machine efficiency. This combination is going to impact our results as a team and as product. I think that's important. We need to get ready for the new team setup. This is not coming naturally. I don't want you to see, okay, this is another tool or like a plugin. It's a game changer. This is now the starting. Probably you have already played with it. You have already tested, and it's going to be, this is just the starting point. It's going to move much, much forward. In the future, maybe in 1 year time, we're talking about something else. Yeah, you need to manage the culture change inside the company. Yeah, I'm saying probably you're going to feel some resistance. It is possible. but AI is not going to move out. It's going to stay. So you better get ready with your message as well to your teammates to convince them that this is the way to go. And it's about us to provide the value as a humans. The delegation to the AI is banded to the world rates. So that's really also very important. I mentioned before, don't let the AI go everywhere. It's going to be even a compliance problem for your product, right? Or security problem. Start small, test, validate in staging, and then go to production. So go for your own thing. Go for your own setup, but test it first in staging. Don't go mad and go into production. That's going to be a mistake, okay? And then, yeah, be sure that your team accountability is always there. There will be no calls to the AI saying, hey, what happened here? You need to roll back this. The AI is not going to pick up the phone. Okay. So we are accountable. So we need to make the step forward on the AI agent for real and for sure with trust of what we are doing. And with this, yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. So do we have any questions? Okay. And I'll go back to you.
Just one small question. Currently, at the place I work, it was normal to have a PR with 2,000 lines of code. Currently, those 2,000 lines of code with cloud code and so on sometimes go up to 40, 50,000 lines of code and 200 files. How do you guys handle AI and those generated code?
Yeah. Okay. Can we turn it off? I can speak. Oh, all right. Thank you. Yeah. We don't accept pull requests that big. It is rejected. I'm sorry to be like this short, but we cannot accept merge requests over this amount of lines. That's unmanageable.
Hello, and thank you. One question. In Roche, can you share an example where you are already using AI, not for the code pilot stuff, but really real world SRE, where you are using and taking profit?
Yes, we have FDA approved, the American Association, that we have, what's it called, diagnostic software using AI for detecting diseases. So as a support for the practitioners. So it's not only the, let's say, the instruments that we do the diagnostics, okay, but also we have digital solutions, for example, imaginary scanning, not detecting, for example, a tumor. So this is actually an AI analyzing the images. Okay. Oh, sorry, you mentioned Roche, and I say, okay, yeah, okay. At the moment, at least at the team I'm currently, based on my understanding, there's no AI being used at the moment. Okay. So we are in the phase of integrating. This is a huge company, it's like a dinosaur. So moving forward, it's like a big ship, like, yeah. So when every single disruptive technology, of course, we are now this year, for example, I guess most of you have been upskilling on the AI space. So this year for us, it's been like upskilling. We are getting knowledgeable on AI. And now the next step, 2026, is going to be implementing this knowledge. So the roadmap is written. First of all, we have been investing, I don't know, these guys can tell you more probably, but I don't know, the full year with many initiatives for upskilling, AI upskilling, okay, in every day and also specifically for us. And we are evaluating tools as well. And also for 2026, there is the roadmap of implementing AI in our workflows.